So we are doing the 1.1 to 1.3 review. And first, I want to start off by doing this. Okay. All right. Here's 2 sample problems. You don't have this paper, I'm just showing you. So just look along, follow along with me. The equation has a -2. This is the y-axis. -2, absolute value, x minus 2. So my vertex is going to be +2, +2. And I made a dot. And then I want you to pay attention to the fact that my a is a -2. So that means that I'm going to have my -2 affecting my y values on my parent function. Here's my parent function for absolute value. Here's how the -2 would affect it, which means that you have to do your points according to what I have here. So here we go. From my vertex, since it's downward facing, it's negative, I'm going to go over 1, down 2, over 1, down 2, over 2, down 4, 1, 2, down 4. Okay, so that looks good there. My axis of symmetry is that line of reflection that cuts it in half. It's always the x value of the vertex, x equals 2 in this case. It's a dotted line that I made in purple. And I want to talk to you about the domain and range. My domain from left to right is all real numbers. My range from bottom to top, low to high, -infinity up to 2. It stops at 2. And it's a closed circle at 2, so that's a bracket. So there's my domain and range. Positive interval and negative interval. Where is my graph positive? Above the x-axis, right here. Remember how I told you that when x, okay, 0 is not positive and 0 is not negative. 0 is a neutral number. So I'm not going to use brackets because it's not included. Even though I'm at 1, but then my y value is 0, 1, 0. So that means that I'm still got, the 0 is not included because 0 is not positive and 0 is not negative. So that's why it's a parentheses, comma, 3, because it goes from here to here, up. That's the only spot it's positive, right there. Okay? Negative. It's negative in 2 spots. It's negative from -infinity all the way to 1, which is still a parentheses because 0, it's on the like y equals 0 line, and 0 is not positive and 0 is not negative. Then there's a union because it picks back up again at 3 to positive infinity. That's negative interval and positive interval. Absolute value, that was number 3. Number 4, I have, go ahead and look at what I did with the 1/2. I highlighted it in orange because that's my new table of values, parabola. G1 and Eric, I need your screens on, please. Okay. So from my vertex of -1, -1, since it had a half, it got fatter. Over 1, up a half. Over 2, up 2. Okay, so pay attention to that when you have an A. Down here. Write the equation of the parent function f of x equals x squared after the following transformations. 3 left and 2 up. 3 left and 2 up. And then vertical compression, reflect over the x-axis, that's negative. My vertex is here, negative 3 comma 2. I have a negative, and then I'm compressing by a factor of a half. Okay, so this is a compression. This is a stretch. Okay. So you don't have this paper, but I wanted you to just kind of recap and review how to do it. Okay. All right. Now I want you to go into Pearson. You may need a piece of scratch paper. Okay. So you'll need to go into your Pearson. It is called 1.1 to 1.3. Wait. Probably good. Okay. So log into that. Again, you might not want to press submit until you've actually had a chance to review over the weekend. All right. Here we go. Are you there? I'll give you like a minute, okay? Okay, let's go. Vertex, -2, -3. So if you want to work ahead of me, knock yourself out. Okay. You can check. You can stay with me. You can ask questions as you go. It's kind of up to you. Okay. The axis of symmetry. That's my x number of my vertex. So it's going to be x equals -2. It's always in that format, x equals -2. Okay. Transformations. What is my graph doing from the parent function, absolute value? 2 to the left, 3 down. 2 to the left, 3 down. Huh? Oh, right here. Okay. You guys ask if you need help. So there's that. That's number 1. And remember, I'm recording this. So if your, Pearson's not loading right now or something is wrong, then you could easily rewatch it. Okay. Oh, absolute value of x minus 4. Okay, guys, here I have this little paper right here. So it's the absolute value of -3 plus 4. The absolute value of -1 plus 4. 3 plus 4, 7. 1 plus 4, 5. Get it? Easy. Okay.
Isn't it -4?
I don't know. Oh, it is. Oh. Sure is.
Easy quote.
Yeah, it's not when you have to like pay attention to what the sign says. Yeah. 3 minus 4 is -1. 1 minus 4, -3. 0 minus 4, negative 4. 1 minus 4, get it? We're good? Okay. So we're good. And then you would graph it based on the order of pairs. My vertex is 0, negative 4. 1 minus 4. 3 minus 4. Okay. So good, good, good. When I graph it, my vertex is 0, negative 4. Upward, it'd be B. See that? Okay, let's move on. Graph the function x squared plus 3. All right, so this graphing with Pearson is a little tricky. So I'm going to click to enlarge it. It means an upward shift of 3. My parabola is going to be shifted up 3. I'll click right here on this parabola symbol. And it's shifted up 3, which means it's going to be right there. What? Okay. There we go. That's what it looks like. Just up 3. Okay. Everybody good? Happy? Number 4. X squared plus 3. That's what I just did. Okay. Sketch the graph of the quadratic function and the axis of symmetry. State the vertex, give the equation of the axis of symmetry. So my vertex is going to be at negative 2, 1. This is number 4. Negative 2, 1. It's a parabola. It's a parabola. Negative 2, 1. And then since it's just my a is 1, it's just a normal parent function. Over 1, up 1. Over 2, up 4. Over 1, up 1. Okay, so that's that. That's my parabola. I need to graph my axis of symmetry, which means I need to make 2 dots and then make it a dashed line, because axis of symmetry is always a dashed line. So I'm going to use this tool right here. I'm going to put my dots just wherever, but I need to make it a dotted line because axis of symmetry is always a dotted line, dashed line. Okay. And I'm good.
Miss Grant,
Yep.
I don't have the same questions as you.
You will have different numbers. The Pearson changes up the numbers so that it prevents cheating, in case you're on the phone with your friend going through it together and just copying.
Okay.
So your numbers will be different. So then you have a choice. You can kind of block me out a little bit and do what your numbers say, and then just kind of catch up with me when you need it.
Right.
Or you can watch the YouTube video after. I mean, it's up to you guys.
Miss Grant,
Yeah, go ahead.
actually for the Pearson thing, it changes the problems every time, depending on the computer and stuff. Because they don't want you to go through it, just spam through it, take screenshots of the answers, and then go back and try again.
Oh. I mean, that's good. They've thought of everything. Okay. Well, then maybe it'd be good for you on Sunday to try different questions and different numbers. So just figure out what works best for you. Okay. I'm going to check my answer. Nice work. Oh, I did a good job. Thanks, Pearson. What a guy. I'm just assuming Pearson's a guy. X equals negative 2. That's my axis of symmetry. Fantastic. Okay. Keeping moving on. Okay. Sketch the graph of the function f of x equals x plus 3 squared minus 6 using translations, vertical and horizontal. Compare the graph to the parent function. The graph, okay, is shifted 3 units to the, okay, it's the opposite sign. So it's going to be 3 units to the left and 6 units down. It's asking you, what is the transformation? And then I have to pick the graph. Okay. My vertex is -3, -6, and it's going upward. C. Okay. All right, number 6. Oh, this is easy. The graph is translated 1 to the right. A or C? Oh. C. A was at 0, 0. Yeah. Okay, I'm on question 7. Same thing. 6 to the what? 2 what? 6 to the right, 2 down. Okay. Six to the right and 2 down. D. Okay. All right. An open circle versus a closed circle, and what does it mean? Closed and open circles are used to indicate which part of the domain includes the ends of the steps. A closed circle indicates that the X value is closed circle included. And an open circle indicates that the point is excluded. Okay. Going on to 9. I think that I need to graph each one. So here you can see my screen on the right. I can't make it, oh, what I can do, I can go like this. Okay. X plus 1, I'll do them in different colors, okay, guys? X plus 1. And my constraint is that X is less than or equal to -5. So, okay. Y equals f of X equals X plus 1. Begin at 1, it's an uphill line, but it has to be less than or equal to -5. So basically, I have to go to -5. Okay. And I'm going to have a closed circle at -5. And it's going to say less than, and it's continuing in this fashion. Downhill line, right? Okay. So that's the first part. That's my pink, X plus 1. Let's do purple. Ooh, Y equals -3. That's a horizontal line at -3. It's in between -5 and 6. So I'm going to do open circles at -5 and then open circle at +6. Okay. Then 1/3 X. That's like 1/3 X plus 0. So again, let's do it in pencil just in case. Begin at 0 for my y-intercept. Okay, real quick. People are doing chatting, but I can't stop. I'm stopping right now. Okay, talk to me, guys. If you have a question, Miles, Natalie, Frank, Freddie, talk to me. Ask me the question directly. Don't chat, because now I'm stopping, looking at the chat, and it's so much easier because your question might be what other people have. I don't want
Oh, I was
chat
just
to be
thinking,
something.
I was just saying that my computer was really slow and I wouldn't load the questions.
Okay. You'll have to probably look at this later and then work on your own, because your numbers will be different too. Rise 1, run 3. Rise 1, run 3. I have to go, x is greater than or equal to 6. That means that my graph doesn't even start, closed circle right here, and then I'm going upward like that. Ha ha ha. I'm going to choose choice A. I'm going to choose choice A. Okay? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is a closed circle right here. Look at choice B. Choice B. Okay. Details, super important. I just messed up. Okay, now I'm going to do, for number 10, I'm going to do this problem, but I need to write in what's the y equals mx plus b. So notice how they give us endpoints. These are points for me to find slope if I want. Every square is 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, negative 2, negative 4, negative 6, negative 8. Let's do my downhill line first. My downhill line first has a slope of 2 over 2, negative 2 over 2, negative 1, negative 1x. What's my y-intercept going to end up being? Continuing on, it would be at 0. Then, what's my constraint? It's an open circle. See this right here? Negative 2. Open circle at negative 2. Less than. X is less than negative 2. That's my downhill line. My uphill line has a y-intercept of 3. And my slope is, rise to, run to, rise. Okay, let's subtract. 1 minus negative 5, 6. 4 minus negative 2, 6. 6 over 6, 1. I think it's minus 3. Yeah. My constraints for my uphill line, here's my x equals 2, and it's closed circle greater than, goes to the right. X is greater than or equal to 2. Now I have to type that in. They've given me my inequality symbols already. X is greater than or equal to, so let's do this top one. I have to do the constraint first, because look at the symbol, greater than or equal to 2. X minus 3 matches up with the greater than or equal to 2. X is less than negative 2 matches up with my linear downhill negative 1x. Let's put negative x, okay? Let's hope that I did okay. X is less than negative 2. It's a negative 1x plus 0 graph. Negative x.
Miss Grant.
Oh, positive x.
Yeah.
What's up?
You put 2 instead of negative 2 for the top one, I think.
What?
X is greater than or equal to. You put 2 instead of negative 2.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a -2.
Ah. Thank you, thank you. Okay. On 11. That took a long time. Same thing. My piecewise functions are at 2 and -2. Those are horizontal lines. So I'm just going to look and see. +2, the blue line above the x-axis, is going to be a closed circle at 5 less than. A looks okay. Let's check the second. Y equals -2. It's an open circle at 5 greater than. Open circle at 5 greater than. It's A. It's A. Nice work. Oh, the range. Okay. Oh, it wants you to do this just saying -2 and 2. Because those two, oh, and I don't need a parentheses because they gave me a bracket. Because the lines are at 2 different spots. There's a, at -2, there's a horizontal line, and then there's a +2. Okay. Number 12. Concrete company charges $170 for delivering less than 2 yards of concrete. For 2 yards or more, you get $85 a yard. Then they charge, like if you want another half a yard, then they'll charge you a prorated of the $85. Use function notation to write the charge as a function between 0 and 10 yards. You have to pay $170, and then when you go over, it's $85 X, 85. So between 0 and 2, it's $170. 85 between 2 and 10. I think it's A. Excellent. Okay, I gotta go on. 13. Oh, the vertex. Where's the vertex? The vertex is AB. So it's -x minus A, but you know how it's the opposite sign, so it's gonna be the positive A, B, A, B, A, B. Good. $14. Oh, this is another one. X, -x minus 2, x minus 2, positive x minus 2. Yeah, because see how 1 is just a downhill slope of 1/1? And then the right side is uphill slope of 1/1. They're like the same. So it's going to be either B or D. B or D. You have to pay attention to the constraints. Let's look at B. For the downhill line, -x minus 2, downhill line x is greater than 0. Is the downhill line greater than 0? No, the downhill line is less than 0. -x minus 2, here it is, D. -x minus 2 for the x is less than 0 on the left side. So you guys got to get in your head like less than, greater than, before, after, left, right, because that'll help you a lot. Good. 15. Oh, okay. They're so close together that you need to zoom in on this question. So like, check this out. The downhill line is -3x, and it is x is less than or equal to 0. Oh wait, that looks fine so far. My uphill line, 3x plus 2, yeah. X is greater than 0, open circle. This might be A. Let's not be too hasty. Look at my slope of this uphill line. That's like a 1/3 slope. Nah. Try this one. Let's zoom in. The closed circle is still down 3 over 1, down. Okay, that's a good slope. Y-intercept is 0 for the downhill line. The uphill line, my y-intercept is at 2. It's an open circle greater than 0. Oh, B. Check. Well done. Thanks, Pearson. I knew I could do it. Domain of B. The domain of B is all real numbers. Negative infinity to positive infinity. Use the, yeah. Okay. So I'm talking so much that my voice is like, oh, the range. For B, so go to B. It's a closed circle at 0, and then it goes upward. This open circle doesn't interrupt because my upward line is still looking good. My left side is unbroken. Bracket 0 to infinity. I don't know if it likes brackets, you guys. Bracket 0 to infinity. I don't know. It is bracket. Well, I'm gonna do bracket on my computer screen. Might not like it. Infinity has a parentheses around it. Oh, good. Okay. You guys still with me? You guys alive? Like all by myself. All by myself.
I'm alive.
Good. Eric, please put your camera on. Thank you. Oh, okay. All this stuff, guys, you've got to figure out, well, the first place to start is your x-intercepts and your y-intercepts, like for sure. My x-intercepts are -2 and 3. That means it's B, C, or D. Oh no, look at this, -3 too. Oh, it's either B or C. B or C. Now I just need to look at the open circle for my range. Yeah, look at that. Open circle versus closed circle. My range is gonna be, parentheses for my range, 6, see how the open circle down at the bottom, -4 was a parentheses open circle. That's why I picked C. -4, 6, that's why I picked C. Okay. All right. Use the graph of the function, determine over what intervals the function is positive or negative. Good stuff. This is good stuff. Ready? For 17, let me write it on my line paper here. Get a little bigger. Okay. It's positive. I'll use my mouse. It's positive over here, -infinity to -5. Remember, when I'm doing positive intervals and negative intervals, there's no bracket because it's 0 is not negative or positive. Union, positive picks back up again at 1, and then it goes right, infinity. Where is it negative? It's negative in between -5 and 1. So I'm going to write it like that. Let's see if it likes it. Okay. -infinity comma, -5. Union sign, they have it here. It's a U-shaped. Union, 1 comma infinity. So I like the way that looks. It's on the left, and then it's takes a break, and then union, it picks back up again at 1, and it goes positive. The negative now is down below that U shape, the parabola, -5, 1. Ugh. Your first answer is incorrect. Oh, doesn't like my interval notation probably. Look at this. This is what's frustrating about Pearson. I answered with the union because that's what we do in our math department at Troy. We're training you to get ready for pre-calc and calc. But the Pearson program doesn't want to use union. So you need to use union. That's what we're doing. That's how I taught you. So I did do okay. I'm not going to let Pearson get me down. I did great. Okay.
So Miss
18.
Grant,
Yeah,
on the test, do we put the union or the
you
comma?
put the union. That's how I taught you. Yep.
Okay.
Are we gonna do like a test on Pearson though, or are we gonna do it on Google Formatives? Because I don't think we can do it on Google Formatives.
You're going to do a test on the website that I post on Monday. I'm not going to tell you what the website is until you get a link on Monday, and then you're going to click on the link and take the quiz. Okay? It's not on Pearson. It's on something else. Graph the function, identify the intervals where the function is increasing, decreasing, or constant. Okay, we're short on time, guys. Real quick. The vertex is -3, -1. Oh, absolute value. -3, -1. The A is just the same, so it's going to be over 1, up 1. Over 2, up 2. Over 3, up 3. That's absolute value. What else am I supposed to do? Intervals, where it's positive and negative. So I'm going to save that. Now, this is just like the last problem, guys. It's intervals is negative between -4 and -2. The interval is positive at -infinity, comma, -4, parentheses, union, parentheses, -2, comma, infinity. Okay. 19. Slope, oh my gosh. 7th grade called. 6 minus 2 is 4. 3 minus 5 is 2, -2. 4 over -2. The slope is -2. Easy. Last question. Oh, great. I'm just going to go through and like kind of go hit everything, right? We need to know all the key features. Let's get this super big. -1, 1. Okay. Axis of symmetry. X equals -1. Y-intercept, 0. X-intercepts, -2 and 0. How do I write this though? -2, comma 0, -2 and 0. I don't know if it's gonna like it. Oh, it did. Domain, all real numbers, -infinity to positive infinity. Okay. And again, you can look through this slower on YouTube. Range, low to high. The lowest point is -infinity. The highest point is a 1 with a bracket. Again, I don't know if it's going to like my bracket, but I like my bracket. Negative infinity, comma. Why is it red like that? 1 bracket. I don't know if it's gonna like that.
It's red because it's gonna be red unless there's like if you use a bracket, there needs to be a closing bracket. If you use a parenthesis, there needs to be a closing parenthesis. That's why it's red, but that doesn't mean if you're wrong or anything.
True. Thank you. Okay, guys. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop the recording.